Hi, this is Betsy Hill, president of Brainware Learning Company, and I am here today with Nancy Weinstein, CEO of Mindprint Learning. And Nancy and I are here having a conversation today. She's going to show me the Mindprint Learning personalized learning plan that comes out of the learning profile that Mindprint develops for individual students. So Nancy, we're ready to take it away. If you want to share your screen with us, I'm really eager to see what the learning profile and the personalized learning plan look like. So I can see Amy's learning profile.
Terrific. Betsy, thanks so much for having me today. So if you're a Mindprint user, you know that every student has a personalized learning profile that we generate. We look at non-academic skills. So these are skills that are not typically measured in school. You can see the list of schools down here on the left sidebar, and you can see the student's performance across the 10 skills, the strengths in green and the areas to support in purple. And in this case, Amy doesn't have any skills specifically to support, but she does have some skills in the lower end of the expected range that her teachers and parents would probably want to support. So once Amy has her personalized her personal profile, she can just click right here on the button that says personalized learning plan. And this is available to Amy's parents as soon as her profile is complete. So in this case, her support team would be ready to pick one of these areas where they want to help Amy develop her skills. So there are 6 potential areas: study skills, reading, writing, math, group work and class participation, and self-awareness and mindset. So of course they could pick all 6 areas to develop, but in this case we picked 2 because we know that Amy's struggling in math. She has some trouble during homework time, so she needs some support for study skills. And we also don't want to give her too many things to do at once. So 2 is sort of a nice amount to develop, but of course you could do more, or you could even just do 1. Here we can remind you of what Amy's strengths and skills to support are, and then general strategies that support all of these skills. But once we've saved Amy's plan settings here, you can see that we automatically generate 2 strategies in each of these categories to support Amy. So in this case, Amy looks like she would benefit from preparing for class tests and hands-on vocabulary strategies. We saw above that she had weaker verbal memory and verbal reasoning, and so vocabulary is going to be really important for Amy. So we have 2 of the top strategies that we believe would be best for Amy, but in case you're not sure whether or not those are the best ones for Amy, or you're not worried about class tests for whatever reason, you might uncheck that and say, best ways for Amy to memorize. So we're going to add that to Amy's learning plan with just a click of a button. We're going to save it. And then when we go back, we can see that we have now best ways to memorize for Amy. Now, as a teacher or a parent working to support Amy, we can always add notes. Tried this strategy, worked great. So that the next person that's working with Amy knows that we tried this strategy and it was successful for her. You can see this is our demo account. So Marcus is the person that's using it as the adult on the account. Here we have the 2 strategies for math. So pause before answering. For students that work too quickly, we want them to take a pause, and getting comfortable with ambiguity. And again, we could always add and change strategies. And you can see here on the left sidebar where we have the indicator to show what's a best fit with Amy's profile. And finally down here, if you want to add anything else to Amy's profile, so my additions, things that you found when searching the broader Mindprint toolbox, you can do that as well, right? So you can always do a free search on Mindprint. We have over 500 strategies in our database. We have thousands of other products and tools that we might recommend. So Who Is It game, great game for teaching kids to think logically, ask good questions. So maybe I want to add that to Amy's plan. So we can see here that it's added. And if I wanted to go back to Amy's plan, click right here. And you can see that Who Is It has also been added to Amy's plan. And then finally, if you want to use outside links, I'm sorry, Betsy, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask you about those strategies and how you know how to apply them and how you best can share them among the members of the team.
That's a great question. I should have shown you that earlier. So let's go back to best ways to memorize. We can click on the strategy here. And here is the strategy. Again, we have the tags that show who it's best for. We explain that these are the most proven effective strategies. And then there's a nice slider here, which shows you how to apply it. And this is done in checklist format to make it easy to follow and easy to print. There's a print button right up here where you can always print it, share it, email the strategy. And it tells you exactly how to apply the strategy and options to use. And then if you want to understand why we're recommending it and why these strategies are important, we have a short explanation of the science of using that strategy. And that's how that works. Now, is that helpful, Betsy, or did you have any additional questions?
No, that was great. It looks like it's very easy to just print something or email it and share it across the team so that everybody has access to the same strategies.
We think it is. And the other option is always to print or email the entire plan. And when you do that, it will print not only the strategies and your notes, but it will actually print what you saw on that slider. So it won't just print what you see here, it will print the full checklist format so that you can use it, because we know some people prefer to work on paper as well, and others prefer to work digitally.
Great, that's very good.
And that's all it takes. So literally once a student's learning profile is generated, and we know it only takes an hour to take the assessment and generate, and then within a couple of days you have your learner profile, you can see how it only takes a couple of minutes to actually create a plan. And the plan is based on what you want to do with Amy, what Amy needs most, where she needs support, based on you're working with her and you knowing her best. And so we're here to help you, and we think, a great collection of strategies that can help you in all academic subjects, as well as those very important study skills and self-awareness, because we know that self-awareness is, in fact, the most important driver of student performance.
Nancy, that's been really, really helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.